Love, fame, and fortune often intertwine in the lives of celebrities, creating a whirlwind of emotions, expectations, and challenges that can be difficult to navigate. In the case of Dwight Howard and his wife, what began as a fairy tale romance quickly unraveled into a public spectacle when news broke that she had filed for divorce less than 6 months into their marriage. The shocking development left fans and followers stunned, raising questions about what went wrong so quickly in a union that seemed, at least on the surface, to be built on love and mutual admiration. Dwight Howard, once one of the most dominant forces in the NBA, has long been in the public eye, not just for his athletic prowess, but also for his colorful personal life. From high-profile relationships to media frenzies surrounding his romantic entanglements, Howard's private affairs have always attracted attention. His marriage to singer Tiana Kudre was no exception. Their wedding, held in February 2023, was a lavish affair filled with glitz, glamour, and promises of eternal love. But behind closed doors, it appears the cracks were forming far sooner than anyone could have imagined. The news of the divorce filing came as a surprise to many who followed the couple's journey. After all, they had only recently exchanged vows in a beautiful ceremony surrounded by family and friends. Social media posts from both parties painted a picture of happiness, joy, and excitement for the future. Yet within months, the relationship had taken a dramatic turn. While the official documents cited irreconcilable differences, those close to the situation hinted at deeper issues, ranging from communication breakdowns to conflicting priorities and lifestyle choices. One of the most intriguing aspects of this story is how quickly things escalated from marital bliss to legal separation. Just 6 months is an incredibly short time for a marriage to dissolve, especially when both parties are public figures with careers that demand constant attention and travel. Some speculate that the pressures of fame played a role in the breakdown of the relationship, while others believe that underlying tensions were simply masked by the initial excitement of newlywed life. Whatever the cause, the divorce filing marked the beginning of a new chapter, one that neither Dwight nor Tiana could have predicted. As the details emerged, fans and media outlets alike scrambled to piece together the narrative of what went wrong. There were rumors of infidelity, financial disputes, and clashing personalities. However, both parties remained largely silent on the matter, choosing instead to handle their affairs privately through legal channels. This silence only fueled speculation, with social media buzzing with theories and opinions about the state of their marriage. For every person who expressed sympathy for the couple, there was another ready to criticize or pass judgment. Despite the turmoil, both Dwight and Tiana continued to focus on their respective careers. Howard, now playing overseas after a storied NBA career, remained committed to basketball, while Tiana returned to her music projects with renewed determination. It became clear that, although their personal lives had collided and ultimately separated, their professional ambitions remained intact. This resilience spoke volumes about their character and strength, proving that even in the face of adversity, they could continue to pursue their dreams. What made this divorce particularly noteworthy was the fact that it wasn't Dwight's first trip down the aisle. He had previously been married to Laura Govan, a well-known television personality and businesswoman, with whom he shares children. That marriage ended after several years of ups and downs, leading to a highly publicized split that played out in the media. Now history seemed to be repeating itself, prompting critics to question whether Howard struggled with maintaining long-term relationships or if the spotlight itself was too much for any marriage to withstand. Tiana Kudre, on the other hand, entered this marriage with a clean slate in terms of matrimony. As a rising star in the music industry, she had carved out a niche for herself with her unique sound and captivating performances. Her decision to marry Howard was seen by many as a bold move, a blending of two worlds that rarely intersect seamlessly. Some believe she was riding the wave of his fame, while others admired her courage in stepping into such a high-profile relationship. Regardless of the opinions, her choice to file for divorce underscored the reality that even fairy tales have endings. In the aftermath of the divorce filing, legal proceedings began to unfold. Property division, potential alimony discussions, and child custody arrangements, if applicable, became focal points for lawyers on both sides. Given Howard's substantial wealth and celebrity status, these negotiations were likely complex and carefully orchestrated. Meanwhile, Tiana's legal team worked to ensure she received a fair settlement, protecting her interests in what must have been an emotionally taxing process. Throughout it all, the couple maintained a level of decorum that was commendable. There were no public outbursts, no viral confrontations, and no tabloid exposés filled with salacious details. Instead, both parties handled the situation with dignity, allowing their attorneys to manage the intricacies of the divorce while they focused on moving forward with their lives. This approach not only shielded them from unnecessary scrutiny, but also set a positive example for others going through similar experiences. For fans who had followed Dwight Howard's career over the years, this divorce was yet another twist in a life already filled with highs and lows. From championship runs to personal controversies, Howard's journey had always been anything but ordinary. And now, with the dissolution of his second marriage, he found himself navigating uncharted territory once again. Would this experience change him? Would it lead to greater self-reflection and growth? Or would it simply become another chapter in a life defined by unpredictability? Meanwhile, Tiana Kudre faced her own crossroads. Having entered into this marriage with hopes of building a future together, she now stood at the precipice of reinvention. Would she retreat from the spotlight, focusing solely on her music, or would she embrace this new chapter as an opportunity to redefine herself beyond the context of her relationship with Howard? Only time would tell, but one thing was certain: her resilience would carry her forward. In the grand scheme of celebrity marriages, 6 months is barely a blip on the radar, yet the impact of this particular union, and its abrupt end, resonated far beyond the confines of Hollywood gossip. It served as a reminder that love, even when celebrated publicly, remains deeply personal and fragile. No amount of fame, fortune, or fanfare can guarantee lasting happiness if the foundation isn't strong enough to weather life's inevitable storms. As the dust settled and the headlines faded, Dwight Howard and Tiana Kudre each prepared for the next phase of their lives. Whether they would find peace, clarity, or new love in the wake of this divorce remained to be seen. But for now, they stood as testaments to the complexities of human connection, proof that sometimes, even the brightest beginnings can lead to unexpected endings.